Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Robert and Sonia on Robert and Sonia Live. We come to you live here on Sunday afternoon to give you a pregame show for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we will also. What's that? What's that, Sonia? Oh, terrible towel! Here we
Did we
go.
say 8-0?
Here we go. 8-0. Steelers are 8-0 right now. Hey, Kathleen, how are you doing? Steelers are 8-0 right now, and this is a record. The Steelers have never been 8-0 before in the history of the franchise
Right?
since they became a franchise in 1933. This is the Steelers have been 8-0 for a whole week now, 8-0 for a whole week now,
Yeah.
and they have not, like I said, been 8-0 ever before in the history of the franchise. This is Robert and Sonia on Robert and Sonia Live on NGSC Sports. And I want to make one little announcement, and that is that now Robert and Sonia Live will also be on YouTube. Okay, so check us out on YouTube as well. Robert and Sonia, you look pretty happy there, Sonia.
Well, we do need to put the link on once we get off the air and do the YouTube link along with our podcast link.
So you know how to do that?
I do. You just
Okay,
have to tell me where because you told me like I don't know 30 seconds before on air.
we'll take care of that. Fantastic. So Robert and Sonia Live is on NGSC Sports, and Robert and Sonia Live comes to you. It's sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? So, Sonia, the Steelers are 8-0. And being 8-0 makes the fans a little nervous because one, we've never crossed this bridge before, and we love those bridges in Pittsburgh. We've never crossed this bridge before, and now we're going up against a team that is 2-5-1, the Cincinnati Bengals. And this past week has been a little scary because the team down in Dallas that has a record that is very similar to the Cincinnati Bengals seemed like they were going to beat the Steelers last Sunday.
Yeah.
And then
Go ahead.
and then we got information that our quarterback had contact with the COVID.
Well,
But
wasn't that stemming from the Bengals game though? I mean, I'm sorry, stemming from the Ravens game, or what game was that before?
we were in Dallas before. We were in Dallas last week, and the week before that, we were playing the Ravens. And so that's a possibility that it.
Because remember after the game on Monday, after the game, Monday's news came out that they put 4 players on the COVID list in the, or 7 players on the COVID list in the Ravens organization and said to be careful.
Okay, so sometimes it takes up to 2 weeks for the symptoms to show.
Right.
Depending on how strong the person is, their immune system, and everything else. So that's if you're saying that that's where it came from. And I do remember that the Ravens did add a lot of people to their list. So then it showed up in Pittsburgh. Now, when it first happened or when it first showed up, McDonald had been ill on Friday before the Cowboys game, but he didn't test positive. So that's why he flew to Dallas to play in the game last Sunday. Now, when he got there and he played, it still was within the plans or the system of the NFL that he was allowed to play because he never tested positive. He was only ill. But then after the game and on Monday morning, I think it was, his test results were positive, and then they started doing tracing, and they found 4 other players that were in close contact with him, and so they put them in quarantine so that they would not infect anybody else in case they were infected. Those other 4 players that were in quarantine were Ben Roethlisberger, and everybody starts shaking at that point because the Steelers are 8-0, so they start shaking at that point. But they didn't seem to care about the other 3 players, Gerald Hawkins, Jalen Samuels, and Vince Williams. They also had been in close contact, and they were quarantined as well. But as the week went on, and they tested and they tested and they tested, they found that these 4 players were not infected, according to the test results right now. And so they are back in action. They have been taken off of the COVID list. And what has happened is, because Ben had a week off, Ben said that his body enjoyed the week off and he feels really, really good. So he's going to be playing today with a semi-fresh body, and that's good. So, Sonia, the injury report, if you can pull that up, what the injury, say that again.
Pulling it up now.
Okay, the injury report for today's game, because the Steelers are playing the Bengals and they're playing in Pittsburgh, and there's been a line of bad weather that's gone through there. It came through here first in Columbus, Ohio, and then it stretched all the way up and down the state, and it also caused the Browns game to be delayed. And it was moving across the state and moved over through West Virginia and into Pittsburgh. So hopefully there will not be a game delay over there or weather delay over there as well. So what are you finding out about the injuries for today's game, Sonia? Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Shara. Michelle, how are you?
For the Bengals, out is Geno Atkins, Bobby Hart, Darius Phillips, John Ross, LeShaun Sims, and Jonah Williams is questionable.
What's the first name you said?
Geno Atkins.
Now, what position does he play? Because that sounds like a name that I've heard many times before.
On this page here, it doesn't give me that. So let me go.
Okay. All right. Okay. It seems like a name I've heard before, but I don't keep up with them very much, and they change so many players so often. But I think he's a lineman. I'm not sure. Let me see. Okay. Now Sarah's saying it's raining and very windy there. She's over in Pennsylvania, just north of Pittsburgh. And she says in Hilliard's an hour and a half from Pittsburgh, wind advisory until 7, severe thunderstorm warning until 4. And the line of showers going through. So hopefully that's not affecting the start of the Pittsburgh game. Kathleen says that the wind and deluge of rain just went through Newcastle. So it's passing through Pittsburgh right now, or getting through and past the stadium, because Newcastle's out by the airport and the weather is coming. So it should be clearing through Pittsburgh right about now. So that would be good. It should not be affecting the game when the game starts.
Well, Newcastle is where I'm from.
Oh, okay. So you know exactly what's going on with the weather if it's moving through from west to east.
I miss the Apple Castle.
The Apple Castle?
Yes.
What is that?
It's a place where you get apples and apple donuts and apple cider. And
is it an orchard?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
A place where you can buy stuff. Just like most cities and towns have one.
It's an orchard with a retail sales center attached to it. Yes. Oh, I love those places because they do have so much good stuff. And I'm sure right now they've got many different flavors of caramel apples there.
They do have the best apple donuts.
The best apples and donuts, or
Apple.
best apple donuts.
Yes.
Wow. So they probably got the best apple fritters there too.
It's Amish country, so.
Oh my gosh. Now you're making me want to go over there if it's Amish country. Best corn in the world, Kathleen says.
He is a defensive tackle.
Oh, okay, defense. Okay, I thought he was a lineman. So yeah, he's a defensive tackle. I thought that I've heard him many times before. Okay. So today's game, here's what's happening today. We've been giving away terrible towels, and we're going to give away another terrible towel today. The terrible towel that we're giving away today, and it's going to be because of the game. I tried to give you guys this towel before, and nobody took it. Now I'm going to try again. If nobody takes it this time, I'm going to have to figure out something else to do with it because somebody wants this towel. Okay, somebody wants this towel. Here it is. This is the towel that is going to be given away today, and it's an authentic terrible towel. Okay, signed by Coach Bill Cowher. Okay, so this is a terrible towel signed by Coach Bill Cowher, and we're going to be giving it away today. We'll give it away on tonight's show when after the game is over with, then we'll give it on tonight's show. Okay, we'll also have a second place prize.
Here is something also. Bengals will be without 4 assistant coaches on Sunday.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. 4 assistants.
The Bengals have announced 3 additional assistant coaches will be unable to attend today's game for COVID reasons. Linebacker coach Al Golden, secondary coach Steve Jackson, and senior defensive assistant Mark Differ.
Now,
they announced the receiver coach Bob Bicknell will miss the game.
Does that mean that they will not be up in the booth and talking from up in the booth?
That's a good question.
Because when Ohio State's coach got suspended or whatever, he was up in the booth and he was talking from up in the booth and coaching.
When you're suspended, you're not even supposed to be on the property or being able to do stuff like that. But apparently, I'm wrong. Well, here it does say coaches tested positive or whether they are in close proximities to someone who has it. So I thought maybe that they were going to tell us, but they aren't.
Julene says that Joe Mixon is out also from what she saw on the NFL Network. If Mixon's out, he's their star running back.
Yes. Huh.
You know what? It makes me feel like I don't even want to watch this game today.
Oh, I want to watch.
Not. So with 4 coaches out, with the star running back out, with the defensive tackle out, and these other players out, they've got a skeleton crew going in there almost, besides Joe Burrow and their star quarterback. The guy is good. I'm not going to discount that guy. He's a very good quarterback, and he's picking up the methods and the ways of the NFL pretty quickly. He's making some mature decisions.
Well, it does say Ben's in, so.
All right. That's what we need to know. Ben is going to be playing. So everyone out there right now that's watching, everybody out there that's watching right now, here on Facebook, on StreamYard, on YouTube, you have a chance to win that terrible towel by typing on the screen, your combined total score for the Steelers and the Bengals game today. What do you think the combined total score is going to be today? Last week, Lisa and Charlie, they're a husband-wife team, and they do very well. Last week, Lisa picked it right on the money by picking 43. The week before, Charlie picked it by missing it by 1 point by picking 51, and the score was 52. So what do you think the combined score? Kathleen missed it 2 weeks ago by only 2 points. She picked 50 and the score was 52. What do you think the combined score is going to be today for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals? Type it on the screen so that we can keep track of it, and you have to have your score in before the game starts. And right now we've got a few scores coming in. I've got Michelle Albert Wetzel at 51.
I have Jason.
I'm sorry, 49.
Jason Lamar is at 48.
Jason Lamar?
Yes.
48.
L-A-M-R.
Okay. Julene, I have not seen your name before. I have not seen your name before. Huh?
We have a new person.
You know her? Oh, she's new. Okay. Because I don't remember seeing her name before, but she's here today and she's got 47 points.
Hey, Andre.
Kathleen is at 43 points. Andre Thacker.
Oh, she's just new to chat, but she's been watching us.
Oh, okay. All right. Is at 44. Wow, they think this is going to be a lower scoring game than normal. Oh, Kathleen changed her score. Did you change your score, Kathleen? 58. She's gone up to 58. Okay. Let's see if I've got all these scores right here. I'm starting off with, no, I don't have Scotty's on here. Scotty Ruffner is at 52.
Okay, and I have.
Go ahead.
Oh, nope. Nobody guessed on that.
Okay. Julene Netty. Trade. Okay. Andre, then I've got Michelle at 48. Oh, she changed hers and went down. Oh, no, she didn't change it. I didn't add it up right. That's two things today I got bad with math. Got wrong. Kathleen's at 58. Scotty's at 52. Okay. And Michelle's at 48, not 49. Okay.
I found it.
And you said Jason Lamar was at 48?
Yes, I think that's the number I just said.
Okay. All right. So what you're winning today, and there will be a second place prize. Now, I'm going to tell you the second place prize is nowhere near as good as the first place prize, because the first place prize is authentic and it's a first-hand high quality. Now, the second place prize, oh, what is that first? The first place prize is the terrible towel, okay? The Bill Cowher terrible towel. This is the first place prize, and it's signed, autographed by Bill Cowher, okay? This is the first place prize. And it's authentic, official, okay? Now your second place prize is a second hand. Not second hand. It's a second. It's not, they're not as high quality, okay? But that's because they're made in Pakistan. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
They're mask, okay?
So
You get a mask if you hit second place, um, and you can choose which mask you want, and we have three to choose from, okay? But they're good just to be wearing uh, temporarily. The only thing that's really wrong with them, you might have to make an adjustment here, okay? Because that one's okay, looks like, but this one, look, it was the end of the thing. That's one side for the ear, and that's the other side for the ear. So just to let you know, but second place, you could still have something, Pittsburgh Steelers. What is it that you're looking at over there right now, Sonia? Do you have something? You
okay, so Marian Artino, Artino, is at
Yes.
49.
Marianne's at 49.
Huh? And then Cincinnati Bengals at Pittsburgh Steelers. Out is DT Gina Adkins. NIR T Bobby Hart. Wide receiver John Ross. CB Darius Phillips. CB LaShawn Sims. RB Joe Mixon. And questionable is Jonah Williams.
Okay, so they've got the two cornerbacks out. They've got the running back out, and the one of the defensive tackles. The other guys, I don't really know who they are, but anyway, that's going to make it a little bit easier for the Steelers to catch a couple of long bombs. That could make it a little bit better. So who do you see is out for the Steelers besides McDonald?
Okay, so out is Kevin Dotson from being sick. Questionable, that's the only one out. Questionable,
okay.
CB Mike Hilton. Defensive end Isaiah Buggs. Running back Anthony McFarland from
McFarland. Bugs is out, but that should not be a problem because we have, and I can't remember the name, but we have the other guy. Say that again.
Questionable.
Oh, questionable. Okay, but if he is out, somebody just sent me a message on their number. I got it. I'll pick it up. Bugs is questionable, but that's okay for Bugs because we just picked a guy up a week and a half ago. Remember, we picked a guy up a week and a half ago, and he can play now. So he didn't play last week, but we picked him up a week and a half ago. Now he can play in the same position that Bugs is playing in, and he should be better than Bugs because he's quicker than Bugs. Somebody might figure out that name, but I can't. I don't remember what the name is, and I don't have it written down. Let me see who.
Jonah Williams was their first round
Holly,
pick last season.
Say that again.
Jonah Williams was their first round pick from last season.
Okay. I've got Holly at 55, and her husband is at 45. Okay, so the game is starting at 4:20 today. I've got another one. I have Kelly here at 49. Okay, we got quite a few people in here today. That's fantastic. I hope we get a few more before we get off the air here. Avery Williamson. Thank you, Jolene. Avery Williamson is the player that will be playing in place of Bugs if Bugs doesn't play. He's going to be the starter as well, I believe. Jason Tillman is in the game now. Sonia, as the Steelers have been playing and doing a good enough job to win the games this year, and they've won all 8 games, and some of them were very, very close games. The last 2 were very close games where the Steelers didn't do anything, seemed like, in the first half, and had to come back in the second half and then hold off the offense of the other team to keep them from scoring so we could win the game. The stats of last week's game, if you can find those stats for me, because I don't think we had very many yards rushing last week. And then the yards that we...
And that's the funniest thing, too, is because we went how many games in a row? What, 6 games in a row of over 100 yards? And
right.
then all of a sudden we went flat.
Right. So if you can see how many yards we had rushing, how many yards we had receiving, because we only had maybe 38 or 50 yards rushing in the first half and hardly any in the second half. We got like hardly anything that was going on. Tyson Alualu is back. Yes, that's fantastic that Alualu is back, Julene. And we've been missing him. Not a whole lot, but we have been missing him because he does a fantastic job in taking care of, or I should say, helping out the defense. He does a fantastic job in stopping the quarterback and running. So Zach Banner, are you saying that Zach Banner is back and he's the tight end as well, Kathleen? Jason says that Ben owns the Bengals.
Yeah,
you know
they
what?
haven't beat us since 2015.
So they beat us like once out of the last 11 games or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Connor set out the second half. That's what Jolene is saying. The reason why Connor didn't have any yards the second half. I don't know about everybody out there, but and I don't know. Say that again.
Banner is out for the year.
Oh, he's out for the year.
Yes.
He's the.
I knew that too because I remember with Zach going down a few weeks ago. And
okay.
You know me. I retain information for 24 hours.
Months and months and months.
If it's not, yeah, it goes in one day and out the other. So I have to go reread everything. But yeah, Zach Banner is out for this season. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah. So the Bengals, they've had trouble in beating the Steelers, even when they had the dreaded what's the guy's name? They had a couple of guys there that was really, really dirty players,
Don't want to remember.
Don't want to remember his names. Finally is out of the NFL. Finally out of the NFL. He wasn't perfect. I tell you, he wasn't perfect, but he thought he was. He was perfect, and he was really, really bad. Really, really bad. And so since those guys are gone, it seems like it's been even easier for the Steelers to win because those guys their dirtiness is gone. Not to say that it's totally gone, but their dirtiness is gone. And we saw a couple years ago, we saw Juju when he was in his rookie mode. We saw him get some revenge on Burfict. And he learned that from his mentor. Not that his mentor taught him that, but he did learn it from his mentor, Hines Ward. And he hit Burfict, and he stood over him like Hines Ward did. Stood over the Bengal and showed him, hey, you guys are not king of the jungle. That's a lion, not a tiger. That's a lion, not a tiger. And so...
Go Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, looked at the wrong number anyway. Um, Total rushing yards against Dallas was 46.
Total only 46 yards against Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, whoa. Now, see, this is interesting. Jason Tillman says that Burrow is going to be running for his life
Yes.
because we got the best rushing outside linebackers in the league. We've got the best outside linebackers that rush the quarterback in the league. And Burrow hasn't, I don't think he's gone up against anybody like these two yet this season. So, yeah, I think he's going to be running for his life, Jason. I think he will be. Yeah, and Pac-Man Jones. That's Julie. Yeah, Pac-Man and Burfict. Those guys were just, they should not have been in the league at all. They should not have been in the league at all. But, I mean, they were there and now they're gone. Oh, well, Pac-Man might be down south somewhere. Did he go down to Atlanta or someplace? He might be down there. I'm not sure, but I think he's still in the league. But I think that Burfict got kicked out because of his antics last season. They finally got rid of the guy. The Steelers will be underway in less than an hour, as long as that weather is through over there. This is Robert and Sonia of NGSC Sports. Robert and Sonia Live is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? So this is Robert and Sonia Live with the early show, giving you a pregame show for the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cincinnati Bengals at Heinz Field today, starting at 4:20 Eastern. And like I said, there's been some weather going through there. Hopefully there won't be a delay, but it will soften up the field for the Bengals because they're going to need it. Can you find for me, please, Sonia, how many yards we had last week? I think it was like maybe 320 passing last week. Can you pull that up for me, please? They brought up the running back from the practice squad, Terrell Edmonds, for the Steelers. Okay, and he's pretty good. He might be third team, but he's still pretty good. Bud Dupree and TJ Watt are awesome, right, Jason? They are awesome. I mean, Watt gets a sack like every game. Bud Dupree gets a sack nearly every game. And they get touches and they put some scares on the quarterback. I know that's for sure. You know, it's an automatic thing. It's like the quarterbacks now, they probably fear these guys like they used to do, like they used to fear Harrison. If they saw Harrison on the field, they would try to run the other way. You know, they didn't want to run into that guy, and they don't want to run into Watt or Bud Dupree either. They're just, I mean, I'm going to say that I posted it today. I think Dupree is going to get 2 sacks himself. I think Dupree is going to get 2 sacks himself today. Okay. Pac-Man's last team was the Broncos in 2018. Right. Thank you, Kathleen.
He does not play on any team as of now.
Okay. Jason, the weather went through here and it was going through Pittsburgh. It was going through Pittsburgh about when we started this show, according to Kathleen. So it should be out of the way about time game time happens. When it came through here, I haven't been in a hurricane, but it sounded like it was about 50-mile-per-hour winds and the rain was going sideways, and it lasted about 10 minutes. And that was heading towards Pittsburgh. So hopefully it's going to be through there pretty quickly. And when I looked at the radar over there in Pittsburgh, there were a lot of red spots in the clouds over there. So about time game starts, hopefully it will be through there. we haven't had rain for probably hour and a half now, so it should be gone. Bud was the late father's name, so I cheer him on. Oh, okay, Jason, thank you. Bud was his late father's name, so he likes Bud Dupree. Okay, so Scotty's wins at 24 in Pittsburgh right now. Scotty, is that what you're giving us? Because the wind was terrible here.
Yeah.
Wind died down from Newcastle. Okay, so it's going through over there. It will be through pretty soon because it's down in Newcastle now, and it was up 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago in Newcastle. Okay, so did you find out how many yards we had passing last week?
You were serious.
Ah, for once in my life.
I thought.
So, does anybody else have a combined score, a total combined score for today's game, so that you can be in the running for the terrible towel, the Bill Cowher terrible towel? We have scores. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people in the running right now. And this is the terrible towel that you are in the game for if you're in the game. Give me your combined total score at the end of the last whistle for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals, so that you can win that. So that you can win that Bill Cowher terrible towel. And Sonia's, what is the Ravens getting beat? What's going on over there?
I haven't looked at that game.
Who are you clapping for? Is Brady on his back?
Yeah, I wish he was on his back a little bit more. Yeah, I am watching Brady and the Buccaneers against the Panthers. It was a pretty good game in the first half, but I don't know what happened in the second half.
Okay.
But now Panthers got the ball and it's got a huge run, and at the 10, I think, yes, maybe even at the 5, 1st and goal at the 5. So,
okay.
Yeah, but we don't want to talk about the score. 32-17 right now.
Okay. Clear in Pittsburgh. Just looked at the radar. Thank you, Kathleen. So I've got Michelle Albert at 48, Jason Lamar at 48, Julene at 47, Kathleen at 58, Andre at 44, Scotty at 52, Marianne at 49, Holly at 55, Holly's husband at 45, Kelly at 49, and Kelly's husband, and Jason at 48. Lisa and Charlie must be busy. I don't see them on here right now. I tell you what, you guys, if Lisa and Charlie shows up and they give us their scores, you need to change your scores to whatever Lisa and Charlie ask.
Touchdown,
Panther. Okay, good. Donald Clark is in now at 51. Okay, so this will put the Steelers at 9-0 if the Steelers win today.
Imagine what it's going to be like for the media and everybody, even the fans.
You know what? The media is probably aching right now, Sonia.
Okay, so I'm such a level-headed person on the media these days. They're so freaking biased. It's not even freaking funny. Actually, it is funny because I sit here and laugh about it. But the way they talk about the Steelers and being 8-0, and the way they talk about even Brady being at 6-2, It's two totally different things. And the Chiefs at 6-1, they talk about all of us so differently that the Chiefs and the Buccaneers are could be the teams to beat. Steelers, we're the sloppiest 8-0 team, but we're finding ways to win. So what makes that so sloppy? Good teams find things sloppy. I don't care if it's sloppy or not. They're finding the ways to win.
Right. Yes. Right. You know what? When they talk about other teams, Sonia, they say they find ways to win. How come they're not saying that about Pittsburgh?
Yeah, and my point exactly is, how many Super Bowls did Tom Brady win just by a field goal, last second field goal, or a touchdown? How many games just games in general in the regular season or the playoffs did Brady win by just a field goal or a last second touchdown?
Joe, I have your score at 53.
To get embarrassed on national television last week against the Saints, why are they still saying that Tom Brady is the team to beat? Because he's Tom Brady.
Well, we talked about that, didn't we?
Did you see my post afterwards? Because I'm such a big Tom Brady fan.
Yeah, well, he got smashed.
Smash ain't the word for it. No, we went to smash burgers for lunch today. Okay, that's what Tom Brady is. Okay, so after that game on Sunday or Monday night, whatever game it was, I posted on Facebook. The only goat Tom Brady is Bill Belichick's Billy Goat. To get smashed by the Saints and Drew Brees, who's is what, 2-3 years younger than him?
I don't know their ages. But yeah, because Brady's like the oldest quarterback out there right now, right?
42, 43, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, then it's Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and Ben. So to get smashed as bad as he did on national television on his butt all night long, everyone on the bench just
Yeah.
I mean, I was waiting for him to run through the tunnels like he did in Charlotte, North Carolina, like years ago, running through the tunnels, yelling at him. And then I'm going, are you missing Bill Belichick?
Well, and another question is Bill Belichick missing him?
Well, he has Cam Newton, so there's that.
He must be missing Brady.
Okay, so you brought up a good point that I wanted to talk about, and if I can find the article real quick, I'll pull it up. There was a call at the end of our game that was a questionable call, and it went towards the Steelers.
You have to refresh my mind on that one.
Okay. It went towards the Steelers. I don't know if it was flagged, not flagged. I can't remember. Okay. But after the game was over and all the articles, go flying everywhere, the media, they came out and said that usually in a situation like that, that play or that scenario, usually it goes to Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers,
really?
Drew Brees. Oh, no. Brees wasn't in on that. It was Manning back in the day.
Okay.
Those three players always got that type
benefit.
Benefited. So they're saying that now that Tom Brady and Belichick is divorced and everything, and that we got that favorable call. So did we win that game on a whim of?
On a questionable call? Did we win that game? The game on a questionable call? Was it the pass deflected? Is that the play you're talking about?
Might have been.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. If you're talking about the pass deflected, yes, that would have been in the favor of the New England Patriots. That would have been in the favor of Peyton Manning. You're right. And it wasn't in the favor of the Dallas Cowboys last week.
Right, and it went in the favor of us. So is Ben the new? It just, you just sit here and think about the way the games are played over the last decade to benefit Tom Brady and Manning, not necessarily Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is on the NFC, and there wasn't anybody else over there. But for that play to be called, for them to come out and say that play usually benefited Tom Brady and Aaron and Manning, just goes to say that since that decade is over with, they can now benefit somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. You know what we said, but it is over. We thought that the benefit was going to go down to where's that the Brady plays at?
I'm sorry.
Where's Brady playing right now?
Run that by me one more time.
Brady, he's down in Tampa. We thought that the benefit was going to go down to Tampa, but apparently it's not down there.
No,
they must be spreading it around this time.
Yeah, isn't it? It just feels like a new, fresh of NFL.
Yeah. Lisa, I have you and Charlie's scores.
Did she finally come in?
Well, what's happening here. Everybody listen. If you posted a score and I have not said your name, send me a message, because some people's comments are not coming up. So send a message to me with your score so that you can get in the game, because not all of the comments are coming up on the screen. Okay, so I need to get your score in here, and you have to send me a message if I didn't say your name. Now here, I'm going to give you whose names I have with the scores right now. I have Michelle at 48, Jason at 48, Julene at 47, Kathleen at 58, Andre at 44, Scotty at 52, Marianne at 49, Holly at 55, Holly's husband at 45, Kelly at 49, Jason at 48. Now this is Jason Tillman at 48. Donald Clark at 51, Joe at 53, Lisa at 43, and Charlie at 35. What'd you say, Sonia?
Both Jasons took 48.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Okay, and Jason inboxed me and said that the penalty was a face mask penalty on third down that could have went either way, but we still had enough time on the clock to win the game. But they're also saying still the call could have went either way, and something that call benefited usually is Brady and Manning.
Okay. So Sonia, right now, what I would like to do is make a shout out or tell the people about how we get here. Hey, Walter White, I have your score at 56. But what I want to do is make a mention of these Steelers groups, because we're all family all over the place. And we look at these different groups and they come and look at us and they listen to us. And now they're getting into the game with us. But I've got mentioned these groups. Jerome Singleton and his two Steeler groups. He has Nation of Steel and the Pit Zone. Joe Clayton, Steelers Nation is number one, but Joe Clayton is also a part of the Yinzer Mob, which is a very big group across the country. Walter White, He has the AFC North News, which is by Truth Serum Football. Now, I want to make a shout out to Sam, Hannah, and Corey Austin, who are longtime Steelers fans. Now, Joe McCown has the Steelers Life group. Linda J. Hill. Now, listen up here because she's one of the hardest working admins in these Steelers groups. She has Black and Gold Pride Club, Here Come the Steelers, Steelers Country, and Steelers Unattached Men and Women. So if you don't have a Steelers husband and wife or boyfriend or girlfriend, Steelers Unattached Men and Women, Linda Jean Hill has that. And then also Jeff Brown and his group, Nation of Steel. And Sonia, you have a group as well. What's your group's name?
The Black and Gold Blitz.
The Black and Gold Blitz.
Yes.
And how many members are in there, Sonia?
25.
You remember? How many?
25,000.
Wow, that's huge. 25,000. That's huge. So those groups, you can take a look at those groups and go join those groups because you'll make some new friends over there in those groups. And you also find out some other information that you don't get from Sonia and I, because there's just so much information about the Pittsburgh Steelers and so many people. Now, what I have myself is Classy Steeler Divas, which are Steelers women with good hearts. You don't have to be a Barbie doll, okay? You don't have to be a Barbie doll. You just have to have a good heart, because that's most important in this world that we live in, okay? Classy Steeler. Sonia, your personality fits Classy Steeler Divas. You're a Classy Steeler Diva.
But I am.
So look at the Classy Steeler Divas also, okay? Because there are a lot of different Steelers groups and you can get a lot of different information, okay? You get a lot of different information. But anyway, go to those groups, go back and watch this podcast. And also, I want to let you know, we started today. Now we're on YouTube as well as being here on Facebook, okay? Right. So you can go onto YouTube and see, it's on my page, Robert Conley. And once we get everything situated, then it will be on Robert and Sonia Live as well. And I just got another score came in here from Michelle and her husband. And let me see here, Michelle. Thank you for showing up, Michelle. Michelle is in at, let me see here. Michelle is in at 28. And Tom is in at 38. Wait, Tom is at 38. Tom is at 28, and Michelle is at 38. Okay, I got you at 38, Michelle, and Tom at 28. Okay. I'm glad you showed up here. And 43 was Tom Brady's age. Thank you, Michelle. Tom Brady's 43 years old. What is that, Sonia? Wow, that's nice.
You like
Pittsburgh
dresses.
Sonia also makes these dresses for the NFL or for college, okay? Women's dresses. She doesn't have any guys' dresses. Women's dresses, jersey dresses. Okay, for the NFL or for college. So if you want to order a dress, get in touch with Sonia and she can make it to order so it's your size. And she can make it in any NFL team with the team colors, okay? So you can do that also. Let me see here. Yinzermov wristband to the top winner. Okay, Joe says that whoever wins the terrible towel, they will also get a Yinzermov wristband. This is getting to be nice.
Joe who?
Our brother Joe. I can't even think of his last name. Don't even do that to me. There's too many names coming here.
To me all the time. Paybacks.
Joe's in the Yinzer mob. Wait, let me go. Joe Clayton. Sorry, thank you. There we go. I had to look back at my notes because too much going on.
I thought you were going to say Joe Clayton.
Yes.
So he is part of the Yinzer mob?
Yes, he's part of the Yinzer mob.
Jason, my dresses are $125.
Made to order.
Made to order. I am going to, it would have started this year, but with COVID, we weren't allowed to be a vendors anywhere. So hopefully next year, this COVID will be over with. And I will be able to do on the rack and off the rack. So on the rack is, I will take stuff with me to set up at a game. And off the rack is going to be made to order, 6 to 8 weeks to order. And then we'll have other things that we are fixing to launch also, which is blankets and brooms. We're going to decorate brooms and stuff like that. So that's all.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. This is Robert and Sonia on Robert and Sonia Live on NGSC Sports. We come to you here on Sunday early to give you a pregame show when the Steelers are playing early. Otherwise, we just come to you at 7 o'clock every Sunday evening to give you the pregame show and the Steelers show before the late game on Sunday. But we're here early because the Steelers are playing at 4:20 today, which is not that very far away now. And we are giving away a terrible towel today. You have to get your combined score in before kickoff if you want a chance to win the terrible towel. Robert and Sonia Live is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? So, Sonia, go ahead. I see you wanting to say something.
Real quick, we'll go over these scores. Texas is losing towards, Texans are losing on the Browns, 0-10. Lions over Washington, 27-24. Buccaneers over the Panthers, we're not even going to discuss. 39-23. Eagles losing to the Giants so far, 27-17.
What's up with the Eagles?
Can't even beat the Giants. The last game that they played, though, was against the Steelers, if you remember correctly. I mean, they came in full force against them.
That's the last time that they played a game where they looked like a team.
Right. And they just went flat.
Yes, right.
They took out a few of our players, but not. I think we took out 3 of those or something.
Yeah, 3 of their players.
Yeah.
Right.
Jaguars. Get this. There's only a 4-point game on the Jaguars and Packers.
Where are they at in time wise? How much time is left? Can you see that?
24. 4 minutes. Basically, fourth quarter, 5 minutes, 6 minutes left.
Okay.
3rd and 2 at the Jacksonville 46. Who's got the ball? I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, it says Jacksonville Jaguars has got the ball.
Okay. Good. Let's see them win.
Could you imagine if the Jacksonville
we go there next week. We go down to Jacksonville next week.
Jaguars beating the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, the #1 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, so how's that going to make Aaron Rodgers feel when we go down there and beat them next week and he loses today?
Wrong team.
Huh? What do you mean wrong team?
We're not playing Green Bay Packers. We're playing Jacksonville.
No, Jacksonville next week. When we go down there and we beat them next week and they get beat today, how's that going to make them feel?
Right?
Yes. Right.
I'm so sad.
Okay, so hey, I want everybody to push their share button so that other Steelers fans can see this podcast. Okay, we're getting ready to get off here. We will be back after the game tonight, right about 8 o'clock. We'll be on after the game. So this is Robert, and
Sonia.
we're gone, y'all.